Have you ever stepped out of the salon, glanced at the mirror in your car, and quietly wondered, why do I look older instead of younger? If you have, you are certainly not alone. Hair has always been more than hair. It is the story we tell without words, the way we frame our smile, the crown that either lifts our spirit or weighs us down. And here is the truth. What felt perfect at 40 may not serve us quite as well at 60. Time changes the texture, the thickness, even the way hair falls around the face. The same cut that once added charm can now pull the features down or make the eyes look tired. The good news is that the opposite is also true. The right haircut can brighten the whole face, add vitality, and quite literally take years away. In this conversation, I want to guide you through 3 styles that help women over 60 feel refreshed and radiant, and 3 that may unintentionally steal that spark. We will talk about beauty, yes, but also psychology, because hair shapes how we feel inside. This is not about chasing youth. It is about celebrating the age we are in, with elegance, practicality, and a style that whispers confidence every single day. Why haircuts matter after 60. When we reach our 60s, many of us notice that hair no longer behaves the way it once did. Strands that used to feel full and silky may now seem finer, drier, and a little more fragile. Science explains part of this story. As our bodies produce less collagen, keratin, and natural oils, the texture and shine of our hair naturally change. It is not a failure on our part, it is simply biology reminding us that time has its own rhythm. The question is, how do we respond to these changes? Do we cling to the haircut we loved 20 years ago, or do we allow ourselves the gift of something new? There is also another layer that goes beyond biology. Hair is the frame of the face, and that frame speaks loudly. A style that lifts around the cheekbones can signal vitality and warmth, while one that hangs too heavily can pull the features down and unintentionally add years. Think about it. When was the last time a haircut made you smile at your own reflection? Did it energize you, or did it leave you feeling flat? The truth is, haircuts matter after 60, not only because of science, but because of psychology. The way our hair moves, the way it falls, even the light it catches, all influence how we are seen and how we feel. Why not choose a frame that highlights the beauty we already carry? 3 flattering cuts to choose. One of the most flattering choices for women after 50 is the soft, layered bob. It rests gracefully between the chin and the shoulders, creating a frame that feels both polished and natural. The layers add a sense of movement that keeps the hair from appearing flat, while a side-swept fringe softens the forehead and opens the eyes. This is not a cut that demands endless hours in front of the mirror. It dries quickly, styles easily, and still manages to look chic on busy mornings. What makes the layered bob so appealing is how adaptable it island fine hair finds extra body. Thick hair becomes lighter, and wavy hair looks effortlessly textured. The cut works with the natural character of your hair rather than fighting against it. It is a reminder that beauty does not have to be complicated to be effective. There is also something quietly modern about this style. It speaks of confidence, of a woman who knows what flatters her and chooses it with intention. It communicates freshness without trying to chase trends. It whispers that you are still vibrant, still present, and still ready to walk into a room with your head held high. Perhaps the most empowering question is this: what would it feel like to look in the mirror and see a reflection that feels lighter, brighter, and unmistakably you? The pixie with volume is often misunderstood, yet when it is cut with care, it can be one of the most flattering choices for women over 50. The key lies in creating lift and texture at the crown, so the hair does not sit flat against the head. This touch of volume instantly brightens the face and gives the illusion of fullness. Feathered edges soften the outline, while a gentle side fringe draws attention to the eyes and cheekbones. What makes this style especially appealing is how well it works for fine hair. A pixie with volume can transform strands that once felt thin into a look that feels purposeful and alive. For women with thicker hair, it removes weight and reveals the natural shape of the face. And then there is the versatility. During the day, you can tousle it with your fingers for a playful finish. In the evening, a bit of smoothing cream creates a polished elegance. It requires little effort, but offers endless possibility. The deeper truth is that this haircut carries an emotional message. It says you are not afraid of change. It suggests confidence, a willingness to step forward, and a freedom that is both graceful and strong. The pixie with volume is not about cutting hair short, it is about declaring that you are still vibrant and present. And perhaps the real question is this: what would it feel like to wear a style that highlights your best features while freeing you from constant maintenance? The long layered shag is a style that brings both ease and vitality, especially for women who wish to keep some length without feeling weighed down. Designed to rest at the shoulders or slightly longer, it is shaped with feathered layers that give the hair lift and movement. Instead of pulling the face downward, the layers create bounce that draws the eye upward. The effect is lively and soft at the same time, a balance that many women seek after 50. This cut is especially kind to natural waves or curls. Rather than fighting their texture, it allows them to shine with definition. Straight hair benefits as well, since the feathered layers prevent it from lying flat. Another gift of the shag is its forgiving nature. As it grows, it keeps its shape and character, so you are not tied to constant appointments. That practicality matters. Who really wants to spend every few weeks in the salon when life has so many other pleasures to offer? Beyond function, the layered shag speaks with an emotional voice. It feels approachable, never stiff, and carries a youthful spirit without trying too hard. It suggests a woman who is relaxed in her style and confident in her choices. It whispers that beauty is not about perfection, but about hair that moves with your life and mirrors your energy. So the question becomes, how would it feel to have a haircut that looks polished yet remains easy to manage, one that keeps pace with your rhythm rather than demanding control? 3 cuts to avoid. The ultra-short crop may seem attractive for its practicality. It is quick to wash, dries in minutes, and feels efficient. Yet when cut too blunt and close to the scalp, it often exposes every line and removes the softness that frames the face. Instead of refreshing your look, it can appear severe and highlight the very features you would rather keep gentle. A softer pixie with volume and texture offers a better path. It keeps the ease of short hair while adding lift at the crown, feathered edges, and a light side fringe. This simple difference creates movement, balance, and a touch of elegance. The style remains low maintenance, but it tells a story of confidence and vitality rather than strictness. Long one-length hair can feel comforting, especially if you have worn it for years, but it is rarely the most flattering choice after 50. When the hair falls in a single heavy block, it tends to drag the face downward rather than lifting it. The weight exaggerates gravity, and instead of bringing softness, it can make the jawline or cheeks look tired. Another drawback is how it highlights thinning ends. Hair that has naturally grown finer with age looks even more delicate when kept in one solid length, and the overall impression may appear dated rather than timeless. There is a graceful alternative that preserves length while creating freshness. Adding long layers removes heaviness and introduces movement, so the eye is drawn upward rather than down. Curtain bangs or a soft side fringe frame the eyes and soften the forehead. Subtle highlights bring dimension, making the hair appear fuller and more radiant. This combination refreshes your look without forcing you to let go of your cherished length. The question is simple. Do you want your hair to weigh you down, or to move with you and reflect the energy you still feel inside? The rigid helmet bob is a style many women once trusted for its tidy shape, yet today it often works against us. When hair is set too stiffly and sprayed into a perfect curve, it loses the softness and movement that signal vitality. Instead of looking polished, it can appear frozen, and the effect is more dated than timeless. The cut hugs the face so tightly that it emphasizes lines rather than lifting them, and it communicates formality at a stage in life when most of us long for ease. Hair should move when you laugh, turn your head, or step outside in the breeze. If it stays fixed like a shell, it risks sending the wrong message. The good news is that the alternative keeps the elegance while adding life. A modern layered bob with softness around the face and a gentle side part creates dimension and flow. Layers add texture, highlights or lowlights break up a solid block of color, and the overall impression is light and contemporary. This is still a bob, but one that feels current and approachable. The question to ask is simple. Do you want your hair to stand still, or to move with you and reflect the energy you carry today? Finding the right haircut begins with understanding the shape of your face. A round face often benefits from a little height at the crown to create balance, while a square jaw looks softer with side-swept bangs or gentle layering near the edges. A long or narrow face gains harmony when movement is added to the sides. Imagine your haircut as the frame of a portrait. The right frame does not overwhelm the picture, it brings out its beauty. Equally important is hair texture. Fine strands come alive with layers that add volume and create the illusion of fullness. Thick hair feels lighter and easier to manage when weight is removed through careful shaping. Natural curls thrive when cut to enhance their bounce and definition, rather than being forced into straight lines. Instead of fighting what you have, the key is to highlight the qualities that already make your hair unique. And then there is lifestyle. Do you want something short and simple that requires only a few minutes each morning? Or do you enjoy experimenting with waves, curls, or sleek looks that a longer cut allows? There is no wrong answer, only what makes you feel most like yourself. Bring photos to your stylist. Keep regular trims to maintain shape, and consider highlights or even natural silver as part of your signature style. The most important question is not what makes you look younger, but what makes you feel confident when you see your own reflection. A flattering haircut does more than change what you see in the mirror. It influences how you carry yourself, how you walk into a room, and even how you greet the world each morning. When hair frames the face in a way that feels fresh, your posture often straightens without effort, your expression softens, and your energy feels lighter. People notice, not because of the cut itself, but because of the confidence it unlocks. Research has shown what many of us already sense. Women smile more, stand taller, and engage more socially when they feel good about their hair. It is not vanity. It is psychology. When you feel attractive, you are more likely to start a conversation, accept an invitation, or try something new. The ripple effect is real, and it begins with something as simple as a haircut. The key is a shift in mindset. Instead of asking what style will hide age, the better question is what style will highlight beauty. When you stop hiding and start celebrating, you open the door to renewed joy and vitality. A haircut becomes more than a style. It becomes a catalyst for energy, for self-expression, and for the quiet confidence that allows you to shine at any stage of life. As we come to the close of this conversation, let us pause and reflect on the journey we have taken together. We have looked at 3 haircuts that can refresh and lift your look, and 3 that may unintentionally weigh you down. The soft layered bob with its graceful movement, the pixie with volume that highlights confidence, and the long layered shag that adds bounce and ease. These styles prove that hair can still be modern, flattering, and practical long after 50. In contrast, the overly harsh ultra-short crop, the heavy one-length cut, and the rigid helmet bob often emphasize the very things we would rather soften. They remind us that not all simplicity is kind, and that convenience does not need to come at the cost of elegance. The heart of the message is this: aging is not about fading. It is about evolving with grace, with style, and with confidence. Every stage of life carries its own beauty, and the right haircut can help reveal it. Change, even in something as seemingly small as hair, can spark energy and remind you of the vibrant woman you have always been. A new style can be both a celebration of your present and a nod to your future, offering a gentle reminder that your reflection deserves to bring you joy. So perhaps ask yourself a few questions. Which of these 3 fresh cuts speaks to you most clearly? Is it the bob with its timeless charm, the pixie with its bold freedom, or the layered shag with its approachable ease? And on the other side, is there an older style you have been holding on to that no longer serves you? What might it feel like to let it go and step into something that highlights your natural confidence? This is not about chasing the past. It is about embracing today. It is about choosing a haircut that moves with you, frames your smile, and helps you feel ready to meet the world on your own terms. If this conversation has given you ideas or a little spark of inspiration, I invite you to share it with a friend who might also be ready for change. Subscribe if you would like more reflections like this, and leave a comment about which haircut you feel most drawn to try. Remember this above all: you are not chasing youth. You are embracing today with confidence and style, showing the world the elegance that only time can give. And perhaps that is the most beautiful haircut of all. Hello there. If you enjoy gentle conversations, thoughtful reflections, and inspiring ideas about beauty, elegance, and growing into yourself after 50, then our community posts are just for you. This is where we share quiet thoughts, helpful tips, and simple reminders that you are not alone on this journey. Feel free to join the discussion, leave a comment, or simply read along and take what speaks to your heart. We're always happy to have you here.